these are the guys that make it all look easy. Good morning, gentlemen. Hi, John.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Hi, Stan. How are you?
Awesome.
Well, thank you for bringing us up to another beautiful home. Where are we at?
Fireside at Norterra.
Fireside at Norterra. Now, this is, we're in the north part of the city.
Yes.
A lot of folks may not even know this exists yet. Tell us a little bit about geographically where we're at.
We're north of Happy Valley Road.
Okay.
We're just east of I-17. So we're right in the midst of everything, just 15 minutes from Scottsdale to Lake, what, 25 minutes?
25 minutes to Lake Pleasant.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Ideally located. It's a great community too.
So we're not far. We're not far from Anthem. We're not far from Lake Pleasant. We're not far from Cave Creek,
No, not at all.
and not far from Happy Valley. Just a little bit to our south here.
And about 25 minutes away from the airport.
Perfect. Well, I'm excited to see this beautiful home. Without further ado, why don't you gentlemen take me in and show me around, see what Norterra's got to offer. Okay, well, this definitely has a wow factor right when we come in. Who's our builder here?
This is built by Pulte Homes.
Pulte Homes. So let's talk a little bit about the community as a whole. Pretty good size. I noticed a beautiful park and community center when I drove in here. Tell us a little bit about that.
The community center's got something for everyone. Kids have a nice water park. The adults, lap pool.
Sure.
Tennis courts, a full gym on the inside, climbing wall. You can rent out the kitchen facilities. I mean, really, it's a really nice place. Anytime you go to the community center, you see tons of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of people working out. They have a lot of activities. They have a monthly calendar you pick up. You know, they have everything from poker tournaments to trips to different places like Laughlin.
Sure.
And everything in between.
Without further ado, let's jump in. Why don't you take me through this beautiful home, show me what it has to offer.
Okay.
All right, cool. So as we come in the foyer, wow. Wow factor hits you right out of the gate.
You got a formal living room, family room space, formal dining.
And how big is it in square footage, Stan? With
This is 3241 square feet.
Okay, and what about our lot size here?
It's just a little over 15,000 square feet.
15,000 square feet.
Yep.
That's big.
Yeah, big lot.
It's huge.
Yeah, it is huge.
It's huge.
You will have an RV gate on the side.
Okay.
If you did want a pool, your own private pool, we do have one in the community center.
Sure.
Plenty of room for one.
Absolutely. And a little plug, so my girlfriend's father is one of the owners at Dolphin Pools. So if you need a great deal on a pool, if you buy John and Stan's house, yeah, we can help you out there too. No, this is gorgeous. So down this hall, master?
Yep.
Let's take a look. Okay, so this is a huge master.
Yes, it's a master bedroom that has access to the patio as well. Has a private door out to the patio.
Yep.
For those gorgeous nights we have up here. Where
Absolutely.
You can stargaze, enjoy the nice cool weather. You can come directly in. In the master bathroom, it's a full master bathroom. It has a separate tub and shower.
Two vanities.
Yes.
So we're 3,200 square feet all on one level.
All on one level.
Yeah, that makes it very nice. I noticed too that it looks as though that the home is plumbed for audio
It is plumbed for audio.
throughout, and I assume that conveys and goes with the next owner.
Yes.
Perfect. And down this hall here off the master bedroom, I see we have a little studying area where kids can do homework, keep some of that extra stuff.
And this is bedroom 2.
Okay.
The great feature about this bedroom is the bathroom. It has its own private bathroom.
Okay,
So
and
it's
suite.
It's great for guests,
Yep.
family members, things of that nature, or older kids that you don't want their mess to get into the hall.
Now the other bedrooms, the other guest and children bedrooms, is that a Jack and Jill setup?
Yes, it is a Jack and Jill setup.
You know, again, the little things, that is something I wish I had so badly. It's such a functional use of space, and when you have a bunch of kids, or even a couple of kids, it really makes things, it makes life really nice that they can share one bathroom in there. Now, with the size of this home and the size of the lot, is that normal up here, or is this kind of a unique piece of property for the neighborhood?
You have a variety of sizes here, but this is a little bit on the bigger.
Okay, on the bigger end of
Yeah.
it. Now, one of the things too that I really noticed recently in a lot of homes we've been in, the formal living and dining, you're not seeing that as much.
You're not. I guess trends have changed a little bit.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we have a lot of clients that specifically look for that separation. Here it's separate, yet you've got the openness.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the boxy feel.
Sure. Well, with what they did with the separation wall, punching the holes through it so you can see through there, I think that was, a great idea. With the, I don't know, being from the Midwest, I always remember Christmas, right? Christmas and Thanksgiving, that's when you went into the formal dining room.
Right.
It's only twice a year that we used it, but very special memories with that. I love the fireplace that they've done in here. Now let's talk about the kitchen. This is a true chef's kitchen in here. Beautiful island.
Granite countertops, gas cooking. A lot of our clients like gas cooking. Once you go gas, you don't go back to anything else. So.
That's the truth. So you get five burner range there. You got built-ins, beautiful stainless steel appliances. What's happening up here in terms of the large scale, big picture stuff?
Lots of builders.
Okay.
Lots of builders building here. They have new phases coming up all the time. There's plans of having auto dealerships up here now.
Okay.
As you know, USAA is a big owner of land up here.
That's what I wanted to know. So we've got some big corporate ownership of land. Now that it's starting to be developed, we're going to start to see some commercial. That's where I was going with this. The commercial infill stuff, that's got to be just a few years away.
If you drive up North Terra Parkway, you have to hit the new Fry's grocery store.
I've actually driven up here just for that. I've never seen anything like
It's
it.
the Disneyland of grocery stores. I walked in there just to check it out. An hour and a half later, I walked out. It's the most amazing grocery store with a full wine bar, a full beer bar, restaurants that they make.
Well, now I know really why you were there an hour and a half. Just one, please. 3 later.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point to make. I literally I drove up here from Scottsdale just to go check that place out. And it is really incredible. They did a phenomenal job.
Sure did.
Yeah. So where are we going to next? So we got a full plate today. This home is gorgeous. Thank you for bringing in. But where are we heading next?
We're just going up the road just a little bit to our next. It's a 2-story property.
Okay.
A bigger house, about 4,200 square feet.
It's at 2038 West Duane Lane.
2038
West
Duane Lane. Perfect. Before we head over there, let's share with the audience how they can get a hold of you and what you're asking for this home.
We are asking $510 for this house.
Okay.
And they can call me on my cell, Stan, at 602-618-0892, or they can call John.
You can reach me at 602-770-1087.
Sweet. Thank you, guys. We're going to go ahead and pack up, head over there. Folks, stay with us. We're going to be back in just a minute after a quick commercial, and we'll see you over at Duane Lane.
Some views really are forever. The beauty far away and near. We celebrate those things from where we're meant to live. What's your forever?
Coming up next, we will be over at Duane Lane, 2-story beautiful family home and a real value. Stay tuned to see what's next on Listings and Lifestyles.
Hi, I'm David Luck with Scottsdale Chauffeur Services, Arizona's first electric car chauffeur service featuring the Tesla Model S, please call us for any of your chauffeur needs.
You know, we could almost do an entire show with the blooper reels on this. We have so much fun. We're over here at Dwayne Lane, and I keep laughing when I say it. I keep Dwayne Waite, right? Yeah. We just finished basketball season, but we're here at Dwayne Lane. Beautiful home. I see value written all over it. Stan, tell me a little bit about it.
This is a 2-story home. It's got 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, formal living room, dining room, family room. Family room has a gas fireplace, a gorgeous kitchen, nice big kitchen island. The backyard is fabulous. Outdoor kitchen, fully hardscaped.
Garden out back or dog run if they want.
Dog run. They have a spot for a few vegetables, plants, whatnot. It's close to everything. Yeah. Grocery store is just up the road, the one we just spoke about.
Yeah. I can't tell you why. You just get a feeling when you walk in a place, right? For some reason, when I walked in here, it feels like a very beautiful custom home, but it also seems to have a feel for me that there could be function as maybe a small daycare here for a stay-at-home mom looking to make some extra money. Who knows, right? Yeah, I feel that there's
plenty of room.
There's plenty of room, and with the hardscape in the back, I just think that there's a lot of potential for different creative ideas coming out of this house.
And the 2 best features of this home is the kitchen.
Sure.
First is the kitchen. Second is the master. Huge master bathroom, 2 closets, and a beautiful snail shower and a separate tub. It's absolutely gorgeous up there.
Yeah.
As a retreat to get away from your daycare.
And this is what I like most about it. What's the price?
It's under $400.
That's incredible.
It really is the best priced home in the neighborhood.
It is. Now, and it's very neutral, so you can come in and put your own taste and flair to it. The farmhouse look, the HGTV ready. This is a clean slate palette ready to
for you to put your own personal touches.
Put your touch on it.
Yep.
I like that very much. Now I want to jump over to something else real quick, guys. I've had the honor and privilege of knowing you for many years now. You're really good at what you do. I want to take a minute and talk about what you've been doing recently, because I follow your statistical data, and I've noticed something popping up as a trend. It's spiking in my little charts, and you're getting over list price for your properties. What the heck's going on?
Well, one of the things that Stan and I pride ourselves on is negotiating. Negotiating for our clients, negotiating the best dollar for them. The way I like to explain it, it's like playing poker. Okay. I want the seller to understand what the buyer's cards are when they come into a negotiation. So there's 3 parts to our negotiating real quick. The first thing is when we get an offer, before we even present it to our seller, we call the lender. A lot of agents don't do that. We call the lender, and you probably know this as you receive calls. You probably don't get that many calls. Nope. We want to verify with the lender, have you physically verified all the information on the form, on the pre-qual?
On the one that they said they did.
Then what we do is, if a buyer's asking for seller concessions, we ask the lender, do they really need the seller concessions? Lenders will sometimes give us that information of they have the money, they don't have the money, they need it. Are they relying on selling their home that they're currently in? Once we gather that information, then we ask about the purchase price, because it's a market tradition that if a house offer comes in at $400, the pre-qual says $400, even though the house may be listed for $420.
Sure.
So we want to make sure that lender can verify that they can qualify for a higher price.
Yep.
When we gather that information, for example, yes, they qualify for a higher price, no, they do not need those seller concessions, the next thing we do is we contact the agent. And we ask the agent, tell us what it is about this home your clients liked. And what we're doing is we're trying to find out their motivation. It's because of the neighborhood, because of their grandparents, because whatever the reason is.
Sure.
At that point, when we bring a seller an offer that's below list price, the first question a client asks an agent is, what do you think? It's not my job to think in this thing. It's my job and Stan's job
negotiate.
to give you the information.
Sure.
So if I come to you and say your house is listed at 420, they offered you 400, they want 5,000 in closing costs, but they qualify for 420, they don't need the closing costs, and this is their top choice dream home. How much
What are you
easier
gonna-
for you as a seller to counter us back and figure out
Sure.
where they stand?
Sure.
That's the big thing that we do, and a lot of agents do not do that.
Well, let's go a little bit deeper in the weeds on that, if I may. Did you learn that on your first deal?
I learned that from my previous job.
Oh, some experience.
I worked for a company for
some
13
life
years.
experience.
Yep, where my job was negotiating leases for a corporation. So I had to learn the tricks and the trades to get the best deals possible.
Yep.
All I did was translate that into real estate when I joined Stan.
Well, what you just did there is that you reiterated and emphasized my point I was going to make even more, which is experience and time and learning how to be a great negotiator. I mean, that's really what the realtor's job is, right? I heard recently a funny little story that a listing agent got an offer received and was offended. That sounds like emotion, not business to me.
Exactly,
Isn't it your job to submit the offer? You got an offer, you present it.
Yep. And give them the information so they can properly counter the offer back. If I give you no information, you have no idea how to counter.
Yep.
Because your natural reaction is, I'm afraid they're going to walk. But if I provide you with all this information, you're a little bit more confident.
Sure.
And you can make a good counter offer. And we can get you closer to where we feel you should be.
And this is why you sell a boatload of homes.
And why 75% of our business is referral.
Is referral based.
Just from past clients
Sure.
giving us new clients. That's how we...
And let's touch on that a little bit too, because that is the bulk of it, but you also have demonstrated your expertise and been given the privilege and honor to work with a lot of corporate relocations too.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a testament to, because they just don't hand those out to anybody.
Yes.
So you're doing a great job. So where are we heading next, guys?
40611 North Peel Court in Anthem, Parkside.
North Peel Court, going up to Anthem. I love Anthem.
I know, great
I've
neighborhood.
been up there in a while. I'm pretty excited. Well, folks, stay tuned. We're going to head up to Peel Court in Anthem. You're going to really like that community. It's got a lot to offer. I'm excited to see the house. So we'll meet you up there. John, Stan,
All right.
I'll follow you.
See you there.
All right.
The more connected we become, the faster the real estate market moves. So, when you are ready to sell your home, who are you going to connect with? Berkshire Hathaway Home Services uses a seamless process to connect our extensive network of agents to real data. That way, they can generate accurate pricing and professional marketing to connect you to the perfect buyer.
You know, the real estate industry continues to change faster than ever. Now, this can be very problematic for some companies. I believe it's the #1 reason why our company continues to succeed at such high levels. See, our sales executives get it. They embrace change. Now, they do understand that comes with a commitment of learning and growing each and every day.
I think what the most important thing is when a client selects one of our sales executives, I want them to know they're getting the best educated, best trained, best technology, and truly people that understand the community they're working in.
We understand that buyers and sellers want to work with a company that has a reputation of integrity and longevity. That's why we take pride in finding out what our clients' goals are and making them our goals.
We are committed to the highest standards of service to ensure that no matter where you're looking for a house, we make sure you find a home. Because we know a home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services.
That's what I felt when I was driving into this neighborhood.
A little Mayberry.
You remember. I nailed it there. It kind of is quintessential Anthem, right?
Yep.
It's a small town feel. I love it up here. Guys, I get this cheesy grin on my face because it reminds me of being home in a 20,000 person town.
Yeah.
Is this its own town?
Yeah.
Legally?
I don't know legally, but when you look up properties in Anthem, they won't say Phoenix.
It
'cause
won't
isn't
say-
the city of Phoenix, but they'll say Anthem. They're very proud of their Anthem.
Let's talk about the house. A great cul-de-sac, beautiful home. I whistled that little tune because that's literally how I felt when I drove up the street.
Single story,
Single story,
4-bedroom house. It's a 4-bedroom house. It's got the very open floor plan.
Yeah.
Living room, family room, nice big kitchen.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
John, tell us a little bit about the master.
Huge master bath and master bedroom.
Okay.
A separate shower and a separate tub.
Beautiful.
On this particular house, not only with the beautiful kitchen and the extremely well laid out with the guest bedrooms, and then you have a den in the front of the house, the biggest feature on this house is the backyard.
Okay.
If you just take a look at the backyard and the place you can actually put your own pool if you choose to. A lot of people in Anthem don't want a pool because they have the community pool,
center.
but there are a lot of people that want their own private pool.
Sure.
This backyard is designed and ready to go.
And so what's our asking price on
Only
this?
$355.
$355, 4-bedroom. That seems like a
Yes,
steal.
it's a great deal.
Steal of a deal.
Price to sell.
Price to sell.
Don't expect it to be here long.
It won't be here long at that price. Thanks for bringing us up here. I know we've got our showcase next. This is the big wow. Where are we going?
Awesome views, New River, just a few miles north.
Gentlemen,
Welcome to New River, Arizona.
man, this is gorgeous.
And you know what? Check out these amazing views.
Guys, how cool is this place? When you said views, 360, yeah, this is sick. What in the world is going on up here? What's the price? Start there.
Right under 5.
The house included?
Yes, the house included.
Okay, what am I missing?
Nope, it's $499,000.
So you got a motivated seller.
Yes, we got a seller that is also owns 7.5 acres just south of here.
Okay.
It's connected to the property. So if the buyer's willing or wanting, they could also purchase an additional 7.5 acres. Or could be purchased separately because there's 4-acre lots surveyed for that property.
Got it. So somebody could buy this and then develop that 7+ acres.
If they wanted to. Or they could just buy the property, which is on 2.5 acres.
Tell us about the house.
It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home,
Okay.
all single level,
What type of flooring is this?
flagstone.
It's real flagstone.
It's real flagstone.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I see the exposed.
The Vega beams.
What are they called?
I think it's called Vega.
Vega beams? It sounds good to me. We're gonna go with that. What am I not asking about? I mean, we've got chef's kitchen. You've got a split floor plan layout. What is the wow factor of this home in your eyes? Is it the views?
I think so. I think it's the views. If you like to be out in the country, privacy.
So we're just kind of in our own. This really is a rural little town.
It really is.
Yeah, but close to the big city.
Yep.
I love it.
So actually, I do have a question for you.
For me?
Yes.
Please.
We're actually running into a little bit of an issue now.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask you the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved. The reason is we have situations where we're losing out on offers.
Sure.
Because our buyers are pre-qualified, not pre-approved.
Great question. Great question. And you know, a lot of our audience may be coming from another state, and I think this is all relative because let's talk about this down to a granular sense. The Arizona pre-qualification form is actually part of our purchase contract. Right. That pre-qualification form, if we actually read through it, what it says is that I, as the loan officer or a different loan officer, has reviewed income, credit, and asset documentation. That's what it says. Guess who cannot make a lending decision in the process? The loan officer. Isn't that ironic? At the very bottom of the pre-qual form that's part of our state contract, it actually says on there, this is not a pre-approval. So let's talk about what that difference is, because I think that's really your question. Yes. And then we'll say why it's relevant. So you need the pre-qualification form to make an offer in the state, and that's kind of an oxymoron because that same form says that they're not pre-approved to actually buy anything. What that's saying, in the loan process, only an underwriter can make the final loan decision. Not support staff, not the loan officer, not a branch manager, not the CEO of the mortgage company. The only people are the underwriters. So when we take an application, we collect all that documentation, issue a pre-qual. That's just saying that me as a loan officer, it's in my opinion that this borrower is qualified to buy. What's not happening in that situation is that the underwriter's not saying that they're pre-approved. And that's where the difference between pre-approved and pre-qualified comes into play. What we do, and the way I like to work, growing up in the Midwest, small town of 600 people, you did not go look at a house unless you knew you could buy it. Yeah. It's too small. Everybody knows everybody's business. What are you doing there? You can't buy that house, right? So I grew up, anytime my folks bought a car or a house, they had gone to the bank and gotten basically a cashier's check. Yep. Yeah. When they're using financing, that came in the form of a pre-approval. That's where we take the documentation that I've received and said I've received on a pre-qual form and actually submit it to the underwriter without a property. We do that. There's a lot of banks that do not. Here's why they don't. Or they say they do, but it really doesn't happen. We're taking a borrower without a property and putting them in line in the process. So that means that, let's say you and I are working together and we have a client that is under contract on a property. Who do you prioritize? Somebody that really has a contract that's moving, or somebody that's trying to get pre-approved? We have, at Summit Funding, made a process where there is no differentiation to the underwriter. That's where it breaks down, and how we do that is that just on the branch level, we absorb a cost to pay for that to our corporate office. So we're going to pay the corporate office to stay in line and not have somebody be prioritized. It's a 24-hour process. When I meet a client, hey, we've done this, here's your pre-qualification form, but hey, sign these extra 2 papers and let's get the underwriter to sign off on it. When that happens, your borrower is then in a position to compete with a cash offer. Yep. That's really what this all boils down to. When you're pre-approved, you have your cashier's check. When you're pre-qualified, you have my opinion. Which would you rather have? Folks, I've been doing this for almost 15 years. It's a pleasure and an honor to have individuals like yourselves here on our show. We pride ourselves on only bringing the best to the Valley. Your ambassadorship is appreciated. We look forward to having you back next time.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Thanks, Stan. Folks, hopefully you've enjoyed our show today. Come back and join us next week. We're going to have Dave and Kim Panazzo. They're going to be showing us the lifestyle of South Scottsdale. We're really excited for it. So come back, same time, same place, next Saturday at 2:30. Please, as always, go out and make today count.